Hello, I am Mandy, and this is Heavenly Bath Treats. Today we are making another soap using the cold process method. We are making a soap that was requested by one of my best customers. He has been wanting a soap that would treat poison ivy. So we are going to make that today. And what makes this soap a poison ivy soap? Well, we have in the oils here some aloe vera powder to kind of soothe the skin. We also have colloidal oatmeal to kind of help with any itching and also to help soothe the angry skin. And most importantly, we have Jewelweed Infused olive oil. Jewelweed is often used to treat skin that has poison ivy in it. Again, I don't make medical claims about my products, but we are hoping that this will bring some relief to those poison ivy sufferers, and I am one of them. So today we are using lukewarm oils, or room temperature oils, and this is lye water. The lye's already in there. Our oils, we've got coconut oil, palm oil, olive oil of course, castor oil, and then we also have some shea butter and some cocoa butter to make it super luxurious. Okay, before we start, let me introduce my colors. Most of my recent soaps have either been green or had green in them. So I tried to stay away from green, and I thought, well, I'll go for blue. So this turquoisey color was my choice. This is Blue Tide by Mad Mica. All my soaps, or all my colorings today are from Mad Mica. This is Always a Bridesmaid. These are dispersed in a little bit of almond oil. And then this colorant is called Cheesy Poof. And we won't have to use a whole lot of that because I don't want it to be quite so neon in the soap. Oh, and our scent for today is from Be Scented. It's called Energy. It is mostly, the base of it is a citrus smell. Very clean and energizing. I will put the exact scent notes on the screen. I don't have them with me right now. Alright, so I'm going to add, oh, before I add, I want to blend this up with a stick blender just to make sure all those additives are blended. There's no clumps in there. Then I will add the lye solution, and I won't mix it very much though. I want this to stay pretty fluid. I'm stirring this just until there's no oils that are separate and kind of laying on the top. And then we will divide. We're going to do the 3 different colors. I'm going to do 1 main color and then 2 accent colors. And I think we'll do a drop swirl today. This looks like we are ready to pour off. Not quite at a trace. About right. Alright, I want to start with the main color. I want it to be really bright blue. And I had thought about doing this all natural with like either unscented or essential oils and then natural clays. But ultimately I decided to use colorant and to use fragrance oil. We will stir that better when we put the fragrance oil in it. I think we want all of this. I don't want to use all the Cheesy Poof. I really don't need a neon. This is a pink with a lot of orange in it. And then I'm going to just kind of pour a little bit in and see how that does. Well, I may have to use more than I thought. That's pretty, but compared to this, it's a little dull. So I'm going to add a little more. That aloe vera powder kind of made it a little dark and kind of greenish, a little dull. Maybe I will use all of this. This isn't as bright as I imagined. I'm going to go grab a little bit of titanium dioxide. A few squirts of titanium dioxide into there. And we'll have to give that a little bit of a blend. Titanium dioxide disperses better with the hand blender. Let me grab that. I think it's the aloe powder that's making them seem kind of dull. So I'm going to add a little bit more of the cheesy poof, and then we're ready to move on. We are going to add our colorant and give these a good mix. Let's see, let's do half. See? I don't know if you can see. I don't see any ricing in this fragrance. That's good. I can't get over how dusty this pink is. And this color has turned into more of a teal. 1 minute. Okay, so we're gonna do a little color adjustment. Not real happy with this color, so I'm gonna add ballet slippers into the pink. And I did get some more of the cheesy poof. We're going to put it in here. We're going to go bold. I may regret this, but this is what we're going to do. Not exactly the pink I wanted, but we're getting thick, so I think I'm gonna have to just kind of deal with it and move on. We are doing our wider, shorter mold. I think that looks good with a drop swirl. So we're gonna put maybe half of the blue in first. The blue is still very liquidy. Let's do some drops with this orange. I'm going to try to get kind of a thin if I can. Okay. And the pink. If I can get it to not be too clumpy. Cool. Okay, and then let's go back in with the blue. And this one I'm going to start on this end. Maybe on this side too. It's getting thicker where it's harder to make it streamline. Make it thin, I mean, you know. Oop. Now some of the blue. And this will be interesting because the blue is thinner. And it'll make, I think it'll make it interesting. Okay, so maybe if we give this a little bit of a stir to loosen it up. I do not think that it's the fragrance oil that's making it kind of thick. It's where I had to blend it so much. And it's getting harder to do the streams. Where did I start? Maybe we can use this to kind of pierce down into those. There, see, it kind of works. I want to use this to kind of cover the top. I'm going to finish scraping this, let that blue kind of set up a little bit so we can texture the top. Alright, I think I'm ready to move on and do the top. We had some extra soap, so I put it in this rose mold. That will be my tester that I get to use. I think before we continue with the top, I'm going to put a few of these sea salts that I have some mica on. And while I do that, I want to tell you about the puppy that we might get. We have permission from our landlord to get a puppy, and we found one at the Humane Society that needs a home. Her name is Dot. She is part French Bulldog, part Chihuahua, and she looks like a gremlin. For some reason, my daughter is in love with ugly dogs, so she absolutely fell in love with this dog, and we will hopefully be able to get her this week. We have to make sure, we have to take our cats to the vet to make sure that they are up to date on their vaccinations before we can adopt her. So that's what we'll be doing this week, and hopefully by next weekend we will have a new member of the family. I've been watching videos about trait training puppies and potty training puppies, so I'm excited and I think we're ready. Okay, so I'm going to texture the top. Admittedly, I overdid it with the cheesy poof. It literally looks like a Cheez-It. I don't know. I think that this soap will be popular because the person who requested it said she has other people interested in it. Oh dear. So I've decided going to make an all-natural version. I'll have this one and then I'll do an all-natural. Maybe I'll even make it unscented. Wow. The pink and the orange are much firmer than the blue, so it's a little difficult here to get this smooth. I'm going to try to smooth it without like ruining everything. And maybe when that gets a little firmer, I can do a little texture there. Maybe. see what I can do with making this pretty, and I will see you tomorrow, maybe about 24 hours, and we'll unmold this and we'll cut it and we'll see if that eye-harming orange has settled down a little bit. All right, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so we are ready to cut this Poison Ivy soap. It's got Jewelweed in it. Jewelweed Infused olive oil. Yeah, that orange stayed bright as can be. But we are going to turn it on its side because of the salts on the top. They will drag through. So, it's a little soft on the end. Let's see what it looks like. I spent all evening wishing that I had done a hanger swirl. Oh, that's kind of cool. I'm glad I didn't do a hanger swirl. I did end up making an unscented Jewelweed soap, and I used natural colorants as well. I'll show you that here in a sec. Here is the top of the other soap that I made. Same formula, just unscented, and I used French green clay, some cocoa powder, and a little bit of indigo powder, which is actually green. This one's a little too soft to take out of the mold right now, but I will post pictures of it at the end of this video.